Hello everyone, this is Kanika Dash, and I'm here with a bit of an update video that's been overdue for a long ass time, just to talk about, like, in a confined space, how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, and what not necessarily changes are going to be coming to the channel, but more so the streams themselves. Currently recording this at like 2:52 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day, so I don't have work, so I don't need to fully worry about sleep. Bad for my health, I know, but I have never had good sleep anyway, so it's whatever. And there's a couple things I'd like to address in general. Like, these are all off the cuff. Like, I'm not making a script for something like this, but basically, to address some things. Like, first of all, why I haven't been streaming consistently. Like, and again, I know I don't owe anyone anything. I'm aware of that, and I'm not like putting too much stress on myself whenever I do decide to stream. Whenever I actively decide to stream, it's usually when I think I'll feel okay doing it. Though there are some days where I just get home and go, I want to put out more content, and then, either because of how work was, or because how tired I am, or the stress I feel, I just don't want to do that. Because, like I don't think it, because I don't think it conveys, like, super well through, like, my streams or anything. Well, no, obviously the frustration and tiredness does, I feel, come through on my streams, but it is very obvious that I'm tired a lot of the time, and I admittedly need to take more opportunities to sleep, but at the same time I'm so stuck on, well, life is also so short. There's a lot of shit that I want to do, there's a lot of shit that I have to do. Like, I want to make money, I want to play multiple games, I want to stream, I want to make video content, I want to do it all, but I realize that either I don't have the heart to do it, or I just don't have the time, or I just lack the motivation. Like, because this updated video was something I've been thinking about for the past, like, 6 months. Because I think, like, the big moments where I just kind of stopped streaming in general was, like, around May or sometime. Like, obviously I've streamed since then, but I'm saying, like, all these large number of week gaps in between streams. Like, again, I've said them in stream, and it's probably just me regurgitating, but it has solely been just work and getting stressed out, like, things changing at work, like getting new people, or me not really being able to deal with the people there, even some of the new people, and just how they schedule shit. Because some days will be understaffed during a fucking lunch rush, other days will be understaffed at the end of the day making, which causes some of us to leave later than we should because of that, or just bad scheduling all around, or staying open on days where we have no real fucking reason to be open, like the day before Thanksgiving, or, in my opinion, Thanksgiving fucking week. In my opinion, we should all have, like, paid week vacations, but that's just me. Like, I'm just a fast food worker, so apparently what do I know about, treating your workers with common fucking decency, or giving them some sort of actual fucking benefit that actually helps. But other than that, it's just been, like, that and a lack of motivation, and just overall just wanting to change but also wanting to stay the same. Because, like, I do want to make, like, stream overlays, I do want to do, like, all this other stuff I see friends and other bigger streamers doing. Like, I don't know if I've said this on stream, especially since I started, because I kind of feel ashamed, because when I feel inspired, I kind of go too much in, like, because, like, it's not a foreign thing to know, like, people, when they talk about people, or when they're around people or something long enough, like, you start taking mannerisms from it. Like, you don't, it's not like I feel like I'm becoming a different person when I stream. It's just more so I tone myself down a bit. Like, it feels like slightly like how I was before I got the job. Like, I'm more shy, I'm still foul-mouthed, like, that never changed, but, like, I'm a bit more refined, I'm a bit more, I guess, calmer than I usually am, because I feel like in the streams, like, there's a fake me, because again, I'm a lot more stressed out and angry and loud than I probably portray in my streams. Like I know like most of my viewers are legitimately from like formerly Jerome Talos's and currently like Eternal Oblivion's Discord, so they knew me back then and they know me now. So I feel like I don't know, to them they feel like stream me is different from off stream me. I have no clue, but this is a very weird tangent. I feel like I shouldn't be on this. But oh god, it really is like 3 in the fucking morning right about now. But that's all okay, that's not all I have to say in general, obviously, but just in terms of just things that have been going on. Second thing I want to talk about before I completely lose the plot, because dear god, it's already been 6 minutes, but before I lose the plot entirely, it's just one thing I wanted to talk about was something I didn't want to have to do solely because I had started it and it's been months, but Umineko. I personally don't feel like streaming it anymore, and it's not to say that I don't enjoy it. Believe it or not, I'm genuinely really interested in where we are, but I feel like with the games I want to stream, I've genuinely felt like Umineko is a bigger undertaking that I feel like is better on my own time, and I've been trying to tough it out for months because I do get the urge to stream it, but at the same time, like, I like every time I stream it, like I kind of die. Like, I don't feel like it's very entertaining to watch most of the time, and I hate just starting something and going, well, you can watch another playthrough, or you can just buy the game on Steam yourself and read it that way. Like, I hate doing that, but for this, it's what it feels like I'm gonna do, because it genuinely feels like I'm never gonna finish it at the pace I'm going, and it's just gonna make me feel like I have to rush. And I know some people like love those streams. Like, I know for the most part, I think everyone who's tuned in does like those streams and like what's going on in them. I like those streams too, but for my own fucking sanity, I actively need to do other games that are more action focused. And again, it's like, I'm not the kind of person who's super, oh yes, I have to read this whole visual novel. Like, I can read, barely, but I can read. I try my best. But it's just something that has been stressing me out a lot of the time, and I feel like it's like a big contributor as to why I don't stream, because every time I don't stream it, I start feeling bad, but every time I stream something that I find more enjoyable, or things that I feel like I'd get more like, I'd have more fun with, it just doesn't feel like it pans out entirely. So I'm sorry to say, but Umineko for the time being is, I think for the time being, probably just in general, is just not gonna be streamed anymore. Like, maybe if I get to a point later down the road and where I feel comfortable with streaming like extremely long form games like visual novels in general, maybe, because I know a while ago I said I wanted to tackle Higurashi, and if it's taking me this goddamn long for Umineko, I'm never getting through Higurashi. Like, that feels like an absolute fact of life at this point, and not just a maybe thing if I actually got my shit together. But yeah, that's all I really have to say on that front. And I feel like the third thing I want to say in general is like future plans, because I've had a lot of future plans that I wanted to do like months ago, and then lost the courage to because work, or I don't really know how to video edit, and I feel like it would take too much time, besides like really basic shit, and etc, etc. Just a lot of put downs, a lot of demotivation, a lot of just, I don't feel like I can do this, I don't think I'm equipped for this. And like, for instance, before Ninja Wars came out, and oh god, I got I'm gonna cut it short because it's been like a month since I got it, and it's been like, well, actually no, the day after Thanksgiving it'll count as a month since I got it. But just, oh, I got fucking words for that game for a short bit in this video, believe you me. But like, I wanted to do a whole Senran Kagura retrospective just to see if like and posted on like the game industry subreddit just to see if people would, get interested in Senran Kagura, because I genuinely believe that series, compared to Neptunia, has a lot better character writing and moments and story in general, because it doesn't drop like half its lore immediately, even though I can say, yeah, they do fall into some of the same pit holes, like some character running gags either taking over a lot of what the character is shown as, or just a gag simply being played out to a point where it's not really funny anymore. I still think Senran Kagura had a more consistent world and a more consistent background. Like, I was always interested to know more about the world and characters, and they did provide that for the most part before they started kind of doing other shit. Neptunia just kind of does that occasionally and then does other shit in the same game, and it feels very, like, I get that it's not supposed to be 100% serious at all. Like, it's like, it's funny how this is Kinekamon footage in the background. It's kind of like Kinekamon, where it's not entirely meant to be like 100% serious. It's goofy, but it has its moments of, oh, this shit's actually serious. But I feel like Neptunia focuses too much on the goofy shit, and it doesn't really have the writing to be all about the goofy shit, because like a lot of it just ends up not being that funny to me anymore, or that charming anymore, because it's just most of the same bits regurgitated, and there's not that much new interactions unless there's like OC characters, which sucks because I love most of the characters in the Neptunia cast, and I genuinely want to see more of them. I want to see more interactions, more developments. Like, hell, I've been a fan of the series for 6 years, and shit just kind of hurts. Which leads me to... I was still talking about the fucking video essays I plan to do, but yeah, I want to do a retrospective. Considering Burst doesn't emulate super good, and I don't have like a 2DS or 3DS capture card, I was gonna consider like replacing stuff with Burst and talking about Burst Renewal, because that basically does the same thing as Burst, except it also basically confirms that Shinobi is also canon, because I mean, Peach Beat Splash was a canon game, so that means Shinobi and Estival are canon, which leaves 2 in a very weird place, because yeah, 2 came out after Shinobi, but it'd feel very weird to just ignore like the other 2 groups of Shinobi. It would just feel very weird to just go, oh yeah, those other groups just had things happen, I guess. Like, I don't know, it's just a very weird notion to me. And there was also the thing of, like, and there was also, like, I was gonna go from Burst Renewal to, I was gonna do Burst Renewal to Shinobi, to Estival, and then to Peach Beach, and then I would say hopefully like 7 would come out in the next couple years, or actually get like an update, because it's been in development hell since Sony changed their policies back in like either early or late 2018, where they had their restart over from scratch, and then Takaki left the company, left Honey Parade and Honey Parade and Marvelous for Psy Games, and he's making stuff over there now. So it's like one big mess, and Ninja Wars to me felt like, oh cool, it's a crossover I wanted for years, and that ended up being mid as fuck. It really felt like 4GO 2. It had some improvements over 4GO in my opinion, but it's still not a fun game. Like, I really feel like 4GO was... 4GO is how I feel about Grand Blue Versus. Like, some people will talk that game up as if it's actually something worth playing, when I genuinely feel like it's really not, especially compared to things that I don't hear get talked about, like Assault Spy, Fight and Rage, like, or even actually more obscure stuff you can't get anymore, like the Beautiful Joe games, God Hand, etc. Like, it just feels like y'all spent money on this willingly, and like we've had better. And I know saying, like, honestly, God, for me, saying like fucking, oh well, y'all paid for this instead of this is like a dickish thing to say, and I can admit that. Like, I feel like a dick saying it, but it's one of those. Y'all just looked at gas and said no. Y'all could have gotten Dusk Diver when it was on sale. Like, we have like a gold mine of actually good to decent like JR action RPGs, action games, and y'all put this out. Like, Tamsoft, this y'all king? Like, Oni Shambara Origins look kind of heat. Like, what is this you put out? Like, why this? But that tangent aside, I also had planned on making like video essays for Kinnikuman and honestly at some point hit our Higurashi as well, because I love both series a lot. In getting back into them more fully as of recent, just reawakened the admitted addiction and love for it. Like, I genuinely can't get enough of these series, even if I take my sweet time trying to actually finish them. Cause I have an embarrassing announcement to make. I technically didn't finish out the whole of original Higurashi, and I still need to read like the revival of Kinnikuman entirely. But yeah, it's a big fuck up. But it's a massive fuck up, like massive L, boss man. So I was gonna talk about how I've been feeling outside of work. Well, I have been, but just in terms of like things I've been doing, games I've been playing. Actually, no, I'll probably save that for another video where my head's clearer. I'm probably able to record during the day, like probably during a Tuesday when I'm off work, or a weekend when I'm off work, before like friends hop in the Discord. But thank you guys for listening to me ramble about shit that's been going on. I genuinely hope that something intelligible came out of this, and I hope you have a fantastic day, night, evening, afternoon, whenever, wherever you are. Peace.